Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Sorry about that. I was late today. There was I was out of town. We went on spiritual talk, and after that, we went to this special old cape in Bulgaria. It's very famous for it. Used to have a castle in there. Right now, it's also a outpost in there, and we had a great time. And by the time I was about to come back, we sit down to have a great time, have some kind of like a lunch dinner together, and we had a great spiritual talks. And that was the reason today the live chat is delayed. So I want to apologize to some of you for it. Yeah, I'm trying to be more accurate. I put a 5 minutes or a few minutes video to tell you about this, and but it was great because it's needed during this time. This intense energies, it's needed. Today the topic is very special, very hot topic, and I knew it was important to you guys. I knew that this topic, most people not willing to talk about, not only privately but even publicly for it. But that's not the case with the twin flames. Okay, that's not about that. It's not about this and at all, because here we're talking about open things out and open for the benefit of the society. We are rebels. We don't give a. You guys know what I'm talking about. We had a Scorpio season, so some of the language probably changed. You see how the people expressing themselves, people how they're talking about it, and so on and so on. I want to recognize the people here in the chat. Diamond B, thank you. Thank you for coming in. I also recognize the people who did the donations to through PayPal, through my channel, and that is Monica Harris and Lorna Torres. Guys, thank you so much for get the energy back. I appreciate it with this. I want to say thank you to all of you that you are here, that you're working within you, that you work within the energy, that you're doing everything here for you, for it. And I appreciate everything you guys kind of like giving back, so I can be able to give you back more and more and more. What we're really going to talk about today is something special. It's how to heal a sexual trauma. But before healing any trauma, you need to understand the levels of the trauma the way they are. You have, first of all, physical pain, emotional pain, energy pain, and there is a pain involved within your gravity field. But that all includes the spirituality connections from within you. Hi, Giuliano. I'm kind of like doing okay, but within intense energies are strong. Actually, today I went out to get me some few friends. As you see them, I'm wearing them right now. This is a very old Bulgarian style for love, but that's not like love as a love. That is about more caring love. It is connecting into to the birds who leave the nest, but they still going together. It is about three birds that they are flying around together in a synchronicity for all of us together. I look fresh, yeah, that I refresh because the energy that it's out there somehow it's connecting to me. I got so much energetically renewed, like no tomorrow. No, don't know why the reason is. There has to be a something. I felt like the place that I went to was so ancient, and the energy there, it's kind of like affected me. I got so much energized from within for no reason. It was something, maybe past life or something was there. I don't know. I felt it that maybe a long time ago I was been there, but this is my first time I ever been there. It's my first time that I'm even coming into this territory here to get to know this territory. I was very little when we were here in this town on vacation with my aunt and my uncle. That's it. But some of the area it is different. I'm going, I see the ruins and so on, and I took time. I took time to go ahead and be out more within the energies of the natures. So yes, I look better, and thank you, brother, that you see me, that you recognize this inside of me. So I'm gonna teach you to healing. First of all, the basic healing principles within the energy, and then we are gonna go and we're gonna apply it to the sexual traumas. Okay. First of all, we need to understand that when you're hurt, you have experience that hurt you. You have a memory, you have an energy that has been hurting within you, you have an emotions that it's hurt within you, you have this uh, gravitational field from within you that it's hurt, and you have a memory there. So every time you have a similar experience, you automatically, in a subconscious level, you are preventing yourself to open up. The only way you to heal this, it is about first of all to understand deeply from within something happened to you in the past. Number one. Number two, you have to face your fear. Fear to experiencing that again. And by understanding this, when you're facing your fear, you're going to look at it for one thing to heal. I didn't say absolute the same thing. You're looking at to experiencing similar situations, but that is different outcome. If you are damaged the first time, now is to be healed. That's what you're going to look. Because maybe the first time when you try, you're not going to feel the energy that you're healed. But when you try the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the fifth time, after maybe the whatever time you will need it, depends on the trauma, when the experience of the new experience that comes in, that new experience is more in the quality, in quantity compared to the trauma that you have. Now within you, you overcome and you healed because your subconscious, your attentions, your place is going to be focused in the new experience. Because right now you liken this, you heal this, you can joy instead of being in the pain. A lot of the people stay in the pain for a very long time for this. And yeah, yeah, I don't have somebody right now to be a watching my six, so I'm watching my six of the chat. You know, people love to disturb this, even though there is only six of us up here. But this is going to be more quality than the quantity, as far as I can tell. At the moment, maybe there's going to be some more people here. CC, thank you for coming in. And you see this situations from within you. Some of the people carrying that pain and they don't heal it. They are living without pain, without paying more attentions into this. Hi, JCK CPA. Thank you for coming in. So, when you talk about this, about your trauma, it all depends of the trauma. A lot of the people came to me for sexual abuse traumas. Okay, I want to talk about what they both from masculine and the feminine. If you think that the feminine has been abused, The masculine don't say about abuse. I need to tell you that. Uh, the problem with the masculine is that the masculine, they don't talk about problems. Very seldom, when they understand they have to talk about the person, they do. Paulina, hi. Uh, Yo, you're welcome. Actually, this was brought it for from someone who came to the chat. That it's Floor. I don't know the name. Everyone here, it's coming by the alias they are here in the YouTube. But the masculine, when it comes to the problem, they sharing the problem with the person they trust. And when they're sharing the problems they trust, then we look in it and dive the problem there is from within. Because if you, the masculine comes in and says, listen, I have a problem with my masculinity, we begin to do and talk, a lot of things they coming into a surface. We'll go looking at the first experience that he had as a sexual trauma, the situations have has been any abuse about its masculinity. Let me tell you, the abuse, it doesn't only came in the childhood. They can comes in within the relationships. For example, within the relationship, when your spouse is never happy of the the whole act from it. And she's never happy. She always complain. It's not enough. You're not doing enough. You're not. Wow, she doesn't understand. She was the problem. She had a abused issue, and she cannot open up to have and receive. So it doesn't matter how much the man can give you to it. She's not gonna be okay. But now, instead of be and truthful and authentic from within, she didn't open up to her husband, and she blames the husband, and the husband takes it personally. And guess what? When you're talking to a man about his masculine performance, he's putting it in the first chakra. That is his emotions about this. And guess what? When he's look at you and you always complain that isn't a good sex, he cannot create this hormones to be ready for it. He's gonna be at all the time. Another one, it's emotional abuse over the man. When you tell the man one thing, you do another thing, or you play in emotional games with the man. All of a sudden, the man is kind of like, I don't want to be with women. That's it. Just don't, and so on. Or a psychology abuse. Okay, that is an affecting to it. Or you are not the man, or you cannot be the man, or you are not the man. That is a wounded feminine energy that acts in the name of masculinity to wound the masculine energy because she's mad, angry, and so on and so on. Okay, but there was a cases when there was a man who's being actually abused. There was abused in their childhood from both men's and women's. I had that cases. And guess what? He comes in and says like, Dio, how can I heal this? The only way you can heal it is to end up in a similar positions, but the outcome is different. You have to be in sexual intimacy, okay? But this time you're looking at with someone you trust. You have this energy engagement. You have this healing, so you can have a similar experience, but different outcome. The totally opposite outcome. Then you can have more and more and more and more. In order you to heal, you have to have this experience. Some people, though, in order to heal, they have to heal totally the energy, what we call it a total reset. What it's mean total reset? Let me more be brief within this total reset. Total reset is when you go back in time energetically, and you go back in time when you reset your body. You came to this world with no clothes. So you go find a place where you can be totally without clothes or walking it without clothes, so you can reset this energies from within you. You're gonna be grounded because your legs gonna be on the ground and your head is gonna be in the clouds. For some of the people that I've been helping, they've been healed, they worked. But some of the people I tell them that, and guess what? They haven't done it, and they continue come back. Is like, well, I kind of like sort of did it, but I didn't do it really. I'm afraid of it. What do you got more? If you want to heal, you need to understand the issues. What is it more desire? You to face your fear or you to face your healing from within? Some of the people cannot be healed because the pain it's overcome them. They got used to it, to the pain. They used to the abuse. Some of the females who's been in abusive relationships, guess what? They are afraid now to go with the man because for them every man is the same until there is a coming a man that shows them no, he's not. Sometimes these females they can push the male away because of the way they are, but sometimes they can begin and understand that this man came to heal them, not to hurt them. But it all depends on the individual case of how you are. The only problem that the people I see they don't want to healing this, it is because they are ashamed, they are afraid, they are hurt, and they don't want to be exposed about this. They won't keep this in secret. Can't keep this in secret. If you keep it in secrecy, you keep it inside of you. And when I keep it inside of you, guess what? Stays inside of you. But when you share it with someone, when you share it with someone you trust, when you go ahead and begin in the path of the healing of this process, you have to go and be you, willing to put the time, the energy, the effort working with the healer from within. Otherwise, you're not going to heal this trauma. Okay, so if you've been abused, because some of the clients that I work for it, they've been abused. Let's talk about the females. The females' energy when they are abused, they put it down there. They put it in the first chakra. And guess what? When they down the road have intimacy problem, they cannot fully open up. They have fear, and in their conscious, it's coming in like the PTSD. It is the energy that comes in, and that is a process. That PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, creates that inner stress, and you're not happy from within. You cannot open it, but you also cannot make your partner feel good. So what you need to do, it is about open up to this man. Open up first to yourself. He's not the same man that hurt you. Okay. Another thing is go and do not find a place where you cannot be afraid to be exposed, because that way the guilt and the shame is going to go away from you. You're not worried if the people's going to see you or somebody's going to see you. You are reconnecting yourself within yourself. The best way is to go ground yourself. And some of the people, I told them how they have to ground. Some of those grounding techniques, that is a go barefoot, go without underwear, go out in the naked beach, so you can reset your body. You can reset the shame and the guilt. But guess what you do? You enjoy the mother nature. You enjoy not living on the plane. You enjoy if you feel the shame and the guilt. Now, when you going out to this beach, to this naked beach, for example, this nude beach, guess what? You're not worried that others will judge you. You're not worried that others going to tell you, oh, well, so on. You're joining your freedom. Your freedom from a pain. Pain that someone caused you for down long time in the past. And during this positions from within you, you have to looking forward. Don't go back. Going back is not going to help you. Going back is not going to be from within. Yes, and said, and I want to say thank you for coming in and sharing this with. because it's an issue that most of people don't talk about it. But let me tell you, for example, with some of the clients I've been working, and that was a male who's been abused when he was 11-year-old from a female that was a family member. And he said, "Dio, I have issue. I have these addictions, and I can't be in a sustainable relationship. What the heck's going on?" And I told him what to do. He go ahead and I told him, "You gotta go walk around the house without nothing, reset your masculinity, but look at it within your soul and to understand this is not just for sexuality, just for something." And guess what? He began to work in, he began to be more healthy. I haven't heard from him for about 2 years. Okay. In the female, when they are abused, okay, they feel vulnerable. And when, for example, the best way you to overcome this vulnerability is, I told some of the females, go put some something long or long skirt or so on. Don't have underwear. Go out with the man to be feel vulnerable. He doesn't know about it. He doesn't have no issues about it. But you're sitting next to a man in the coffee shop. You feel vulnerable. You feel truthful. But you have different experience. Now that experience replacing the abuse. That's what this is. It's working for some of the people. It's been working and they're okay, but for some of the people, they are afraid to do it. They're afraid to do this grounding reset. What that does is you go back in the time the way you were born before the trauma. So for example, you're born here, this is the time of the trauma, and now you're living here, but this trauma is attached to you. So it doesn't matter how much you go, the trauma goes with you. But here is, you stop. You say, "You know what, trauma? I don't want you. I want to know what's causing this." So you go back in the time all the way before when you were born. How you were born. You were born without clothes, without programming, without anything. So you have to come back and erase this memory. So you go back and you're replacing similar experience, but with different outcome here. That's what this is it. You to have a different. So, for example, if you've been abused, go have a different sexual intimacy with someone that can heal you. You will know from within. But guess what? You have to tell them that you were abused. Because if you don't tell the person you were abused, intimacy wise, sexually wise, they're going to be worrying about it. Why did they do everything for you and you're not happy? They will feel it. Because the damage from this wound of yours, if you were abused, can be passing into that person. And then it's become a virus. But if that person knows about it, he can put an energy towards that healing. He's going to be find different compassion. He's going to find different ways to help you to heal. But you have to participate in this. A lot of the people don't participate simply because they don't understand that that damage plays within the energy of you. This intimacy situations, this intimacy part, okay, they have to put the effort in there. The healing effort is there. And the healing is going to come in when you actually begin to love sexual intimacy. You're not afraid anymore. You are feeling free. It's all about you to be go and out there and don't worry about anything. I had an issue last year. Last year I did that. Last year I came here. I was in this town. I went to the beach. I took the trunks out. I didn't care. I wanted to heal. I went to the water. I put my legs inside of the sand. I was to water a tip here. So I had the four elements in me. I had the ground, I had the water, I had the air around me, and I had the fire from the sun. And I told, listen, universe, heal my wounded energy within me. I was wounded from my ex until 10 from my twin flame situations, and so on and so on and so on. It was so much damage. And guess what? I didn't need it. No Viagra, I didn't need it anything. Everything was perfect that night. Perfect. I know it works. And if some of the females, I told them, some of the males, I told them it works. But it doesn't really works with everybody. And do you know what I found out that it doesn't work with everybody? People disbelief within themselves. They got used to it, to carrying this pain from within, and they carry the fear that this may occur again. They haven't let it go of that fear because they live with that fear from within. So, yeah. Andrea, thank you. Thank you for you guys coming out of this. You know how good it is when you say this, that you've been abused? That means that you heal this part from what you. It's okay. That is to be a vulnerable. That is to be truthful. And that is the beauty part. That give you this soul power, this spiritual power from within you. This is your spiritual muscles. You might be weak as a body, but this, you're showing up. So if you guys have so many questions, let me know because I gotta look into the chat. In the past few days, a lot of injuries have come to the surface, and the best healing ways is crying. Crying, it's healing. You need to understand crying is healing. If you have to cry, cry. Boy, the first 4 years when I wake up as a twin flame, how much pain. If in my pillows, they knew what, I mean, you can squeeze them, probably gonna put like 5-10 gallons of it. Especially when in the first part of awakening, when people got involved with my awakening and people got involved between me and this girl, especially when I see a girl that she's pregnant and she's crying. Trust me, I'm begging you not to see this. I'm really begging you not to see this. It's not an energy that you want to see for it, but overcome it. Oh, somebody is really pushing the buttons for to, yeah. All right. Ancina said this topic is important. Yes. Andrea, hi. Welcome to the chat. Ancina said, I was molested and I have the same issues. Working on progress. Thank you, dear. You're welcome, Ancina said. You're welcome. Andrea, yes, you were molested, etc. Yes. I'm scared, maybe a little more shelter like a night at park. If you have a fear for it, let's say of the dark and being dark at night, Andrea, go at night but with somebody else in the park. Have them walk maybe 10 meters away from you the first night, then have them walk 20 meters away from you, then 30 meters, then 50 meters. And one night you tell them, you know what, I'll do it on my own. Until you feel secure, because what are you afraid of? It might happen again. You may fear of death. We're all gonna die one way or another. When you accept the fear of death, then all other fears seems that small. But I'm suggesting you that find and replace the experience that you have with different experience and have a joy. It's important to have the joy there, the internal happiness from within, because that joy is going to help you to heal the pain. Part of the naked talk was sharing with my TF. I have healed the part of not wanting to be touched. Very good. You say this, you show up why, but guess what? You say you wanted to be touched, but you will allow him to touch you. You see, that is what the action is. You will allow him to touch you, and you will have trust in him. You give him an opportunity for him to heal you, unseen and said. Okay? So, working on being able to finish. Very good, very good. Paulina, I was never abused. It feels like just I had this issue and lasted for years, and my previous relationships just got worse. Can this trauma be transferred from other people, family? Yes. Paulina, some of the fears. For example, if you had a mother that comes in, is it like, you know what, I was raped. Don't go out with these clothes. You're gonna get raped. And she was pounding on you when you were like maybe 12, between the age of 12 to 17, 18, 19 in there. She was kind of like projecting her pain over you, and so on and so on. So you actually develop that fear that that may happen to you. And or if your father was abusive and you end up attracting abusive men in your life, guess what? This kind of like you attracted that energies from within you because you were past this pain from others towards you. Or if he had a friend or he had a someone that was, and you had so much contact with them and they were constantly crying, I can't overcome this issue, I was abused, I can't overcome this issue, I was abused. And guess what? They came in to dump their garbage on you. Well, that garbage is theirs, their pain. And that's what the problem with the pain passing is this. Another pain passing is could be if you had an intimacy with a wounded man and nothing happened, and now he cannot perform, and the pain of him passes to you as well. But if you have the understandings in there, you will see what there is. You need to understand in this kind of like cases, see what there is, because the love can solve everything, but it's gonna be require authenticity in a whole another level, high level of authenticity. This is not like a authenticity that is been, oh yeah, you know, I was at work, you're authentic. No, it's gonna be require this over and over and over. But yes, the traumas can be passed. Always, also, if you have the physical contact, physical intimacy with the people that were used, or they were used to abusing another females or another people that were in the intimacy contact, and they tried to get this energy projected on you, or during this performance, they hurt you because they feel more good when they hurting you. So you gotta be. It is so. It depends of what the case is, what the situation is, and someone people there been saddle muzzle things for it, and now they when they get into different relationships, they trying the same thing because that's what they got used to it. It's all individual cases, but the way to heal again is to have a similar experience, but to with the joy. For do you know that today's society just wants to have a sex again without deeply loving another person? That's very depressing. And 90 to 100% are made of uh, interdependence. Giuliano, yes, it's about the sex, but interdependence is when it's equal give and take. But actually, what I think you may try to say it's codependence when they depending on the other, not the interdependence. Interdependence is a mutual agreement for. But if they have a mutual agreement to be a sexually abusive, that is toxic. And if that's what you mean, Yes, that's what the society is. Even though the society now accepting today that it's okay to cheat, no, it's not. You're cheating the younger generations that it's okay to make a mess. And now we see the mess because the younger generations becomes more toxic very youngly in age, and it's worst. It's getting worse instead of getting better. And yes, society doesn't want to see this. The society doesn't want to talk about the healing. They want to talk about more other stuff, but the healing part is not. Lately, there has been so much videos coming out on the surface about this toxicity, about the situations, about all this personality disorder, and so on and so on. 2 years ago, there was nothing like this. So yeah, intimacy with my teeth, it's very so deep. There you go, that hill. I didn't cry for 17 years from medication. Ooh, Andrea, what kind of medications in there is important for? But yeah, um, it's hard. Hi, Nia, thank you for coming in. The hardest part that it was relative and the family is denial, so they failed to protect the children. That's what comes in. When there is an issue within the family and the family is in denial. Uh, a lot of these cases within the family in denial leads to a psychology damage in this. And that psychology damage can be passed to the generations from within. And especially when the relatives are pretending that like nothing happened, then there is going to be a huge problem. That can lead to the person to betrayed. The person can be abandoning people every time this issue is kind of like about to be discovered, this family secret to be discovered, then the person will draw, and it's more hard to heal that for it because it was involving more than one person, usually a family. And when the family is involved within this, then there is a problems with that for it. But as I said, if you find someone that you have an experience, you replace it. Okay, you replace it with a joy, but you heal first from within. You have to make a conscious, precise mental picture that you are going to let it go of this crap because it doesn't help you in life. Without that, it doesn't matter how much the healer or psychologist or the Reiki master or the gravitational healer, whatever it's the case might be, they help you. They can give you an energy and your temporary is going to be healed. But if you didn't make the decisions to change and create different actions and then increase that positive action, guess what? You're never going to heal. That is what is more important, you guys, to understand. Okay? Don't worry about family members and so on. The best case is just cut off all the family contacts. That is, take the approach of the black sheep. Okay? The black sheep stop, cuts off the contracts, cut off all with the family. The family doesn't respect me. I don't respect the family. Mirror problem. Here, there we go. You guys look at yourself. I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to have a good life. I'm working so hard to heal my life and put my life together. You guys want to keep all that crap within your consciousness, within your soul, within your hearts. It's fine. It's all yours. I'm working on my healing. And that's how you have to learn to heal from within. Traumas is nasty to be healed. Specifically, there is a traumas. They can be emotional, energy, psychology. In the there is going to be of abuse in there. Those are more hard to heal because it's require more psychology problems within to be looking into it. The physical trauma is a one thing, but the psychology part of the problem of that it's hard. And the most powerful person within this psychology problem is you to be authentic and you to make a conscious decisions to win at the end. You win for yourself, not for somebody else. Andrea, oh my God, I just got scammed out $200. I'll call my bank tomorrow. Whoa, how did that happen, Andrea? Where did you get scammed for? Laura, hi, hi. Thank you for coming in. Detective Apop Scalius, thank you for coming in. For uh, toxic sec, mood stabilizer. I see. Well, Andrea, you gotta be very careful with this mood stabilizers. That is good that you're taking them. That probably you're working a psychologist or psychiatrist or however your case might be, because they give you this mood stabilizer. But look at it within the pain and make a conscious decisions to let it go of this. Because if your brain it's constantly repeating cycle, you're stuck in that pain, you're gonna be coming over and over and over. You will change your mood. But if you have a different experience, better experience, and you're replacing with joy, then the things is going to be getting better. You to clear that toxicity from within. You to get intoxified. Maybe search for a clinic that you can go in there that can heal you, more like a energy spiritual healing clinic or something like this. Um, Detective, very useful of healing. Please check it out if you have sexual trauma or have a partner if you have suffered. Yes, very crucial in there if you're the twin flame have suffered from something. Emotional abuse, psychology abuse, or sexual abuse. It's very important. It's crucial. You to be honest to them, but also they to honest to be with you. Because when you start having intimacy situations and the intimacy things are not okay, and something comes out on the surface, then the issues begin. You can feel it. There is some secrets in there, and you will know it. The secrets. You will look for the secrets that will comes out on the surface. And when at the energy wise, you felt like they have secrets from within. If they are silent about these secrets, they're gonna find reasons to separate from it you instead of finding the right approach to talk to you about it. So that is a issues in detective. You are totally correcting for. Thank you so much. You're glad for you to talk about this. Thank you. So needed to hear this. Thank you so much. You're welcome, guys. Trudio, exactly. Kind of like to stay in your lane, as my grief and trauma teachers always stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, yes. It's good. As long that lane, okay, it is about the new path and you leave the past away. But if you're walking in the same lane with the pain, you walk within the pain. At some point, you have to let it go. So, Mora, yes, I can totally agree with you. Um, they make feel more victimized when you disclose the abuse. Yeah, I mean, that is the thing. You not to feel shame, guilt, and so on. That's kind of gonna heal. Because if you feel yourself victimized, guess what? You're always gonna feel like this. But if you understand that that person victimized you for because he maybe was victimized, he learned it from somewhere, somehow, some way he did it maybe before, or somebody did it to him before, or maybe that was his first experience. He maybe abused someone because he was ego and so on and so on. And now the only way to work with him when he is abusing people, that is his problem though. You just to end up to be in there to for the wrong time or the wrong situations, whatever the case might be. But if you look at it within these cases, okay, it is about you to be vulnerable. The more you're vulnerable, you're open and you talk about it, that energy comes out of you and disappears. Okay. But if you hold it from within, you keep it as a secret, you take in an energy in you, you put energy that always stays there. That when this issue comes in, whoop, you freeze. You freeze energies, you freeze things like you're a totally different person. And guess what? You ruin your new relationships. You ruin your healing. You ruin your life. Instead of you taking yourself in hand with yourself and decide to go ahead and heal this. Um, you are misdiagnosed. Oh, Andrea. Wow. Uh, Detective Oh, I had posted a link to a chapter of book on sexual healing and posted on my Google Drive. That's what I said to check it out. It has been removed. The link aren't allowed. Maybe the link wasn't allowed for it. Or detective, if you are posting something over a certain amount of symbols, like 120, I think was, maybe they didn't post it. The book helped me understand my TF, even realize things about sexual abuse in my past. I never knew it was that. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, can relate to that. But if this book is good and helpful, that is going to be good for. Um, you have to text someone. I'm sorry for this. Um, but the healing is hard process. It's not easy. You will require you to put yourself together, you to put time, effort, and energy. You to prepare yourself for the psychology fight yourself with yourself, but also is about you to be make these conscious decisions you want to heal. Otherwise, it's all gonna be like you're going from another healer to another healer to another healer, or from one relationships to another relationships to another relationships, or the people who have whatever that is, they get off from one relationships and next 2 3 days they're in another relationship. It doesn't matter if that's a physical. I'm talking about energetically. Relationships could be talk relationship, situationship, friendships, and so on. They always have someone in there, like a need, instead of going out and working out the issue in there from within. Ooh, that was a good talk. Wasn't a lot of people, but energy here. The chat room is good. It is the Google Drive website. Drive mobile folders. Right. Just observation open about this issue TF from distance was like a healing session for me. It took me out, but freeing conversation. We separate those, so now I want to heal it myself. Yeah, you, Paulina is gonna be so nice if you want to catch up on Facebook and see what the healing, what the problem is. For it, it was the issue from your twin flame. It was your problem or your twin flame passed your issue on you. Maybe through a guilt tripping or something from within. Uh, but yeah, healing yourself is good. The reset of yourself is good. It begins to reset first within the body. Once the body is resetting, then the energy of the ground, the energy of Mother Nature walks in through the root chakra from within you. Then from the root chakra, it's fixing you. Your second chakra, third chakra, it goes into the heart and stays there. Then your spirituality comes in from your crown chakra through the third eye to your throat chakra. It comes in and goes into the heart. And then those two comes together, combined, and the love in there, the new experience, the joy, and the part, just and it heals everything from within you. That is gonna be fire up within Kundalini from within you when you heal. You're not gonna be afraid anymore. You're not gonna fear anymore. You're not gonna be worried about the pain anymore. You're not gonna be, because guess what? You know that is you experiencing the bad experience, but you're also experiencing the good experience. And now when you heal, you can help other people heal as well. That is a good benefit in there. Um, Victim maybe not recognize the abuse until years later. Yeah, that could be for years. It took me a lot of psychology to understand that somebody beat me up, that they told me that I wasn't good performance in bed. When a previous partners, they were say I was awesome in bed, something that made sense, you know. But when you're with one partner for over 15, 16 years, and that has been constantly a problem, guess what? They're projecting that problem over you. You're accepting that problem. You even go to your doctors, and doctor says like, physically you're okay, buddy. You're doing your checkups, and like, no, you're good. It's got to be some kind of like a mental issues in there. You know, like what kind of mental issue? I mean, I have two jobs. I'm working my. It's very under buried in the shadow when they tell you, you're not good. It's not enough for me. I want more. I want more. You can't satisfy a someone who has a hole of energies. Can't satisfy someone who is like a bucket with holes on it. You can pour water, that water is going to fall out. But it takes your time until you learn psychology. It took me a lot of years to figure things out for it. Uh, More I'm working, more conscious healing, so I need to hear this. I had a Reiki the other day, and I know that I was holding to something. I literally made it conscious to release that. Very good, Mora. Yes, you have to make the conscious decisions to release in this. Paulina, thank you so much. Dear, you're welcome. That's what we're here for. We're here as an open community to have this chat, to helping people. That's what this is. I didn't recognize the abuse from my tia because she was lying to me, and it was like secret abuse. She was using me to abuse herself for forcing us to when it was traumatic for her. Ooh, why did she forcing herself in the first? Uh, uh, Somebody's trying to. There was something in there, and if she's lying to you, first of all, uh, there is, yeah, this is something toxic. Maybe she have a toxic situation very early in childhood. It wasn't good experience that was repeated over and over and over. That it's what someone has repeated abuse, and now that becomes like a standard for them. So when they get in with a partner, they want to experience in the same abuse, because otherwise their hormones in the brain that open up the chemicals reactions for this doesn't it doesn't work, and the only way they can help is through that emotion. So they have to learn to have a similar experience but different outcome, different situations for it. Hi Erica, thank you for coming. um, but if they lie to you, you did not know how to help. That is the first pitfall in there, the lies. When your twin flame special lied to you, you lost the trust, and you need to know that the trust between the healer and the healing person, the person who needs healing, it has to be 100% in there. That has to be 100%. It is the same thing if you work with psychology, you work with Reiki master, you're working with the gravitational field or something. You hide things, you're gonna lead to a wrong treatment. You're wasting the person time, your time, and if it was involved money or resources, guess what? That's what this is. Andrea, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate for and appreciate guys for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you so much. Um, yes, she has a repeated abuse on childhood and adulthood. There you go. It's coming. I thought that's what it was. I sense it that if that was the case, what she needs to do is she needs to go out and find a peace from within and reset her body into a mother nature and to learn intimacy, not this sexuality and so on. Because now this damaged sexuality probably damaged you, detective. You damaged detective from her. In the book I shared, I recommend taking a break from sex. Uh, Now it's breaking the cycle, not past and other ways. Good. It's good to break the cycle, unseen and said. Yes, it is good. Uh, Paulina, she always ran from her traumas and processing them. She was not up doing the work at all. She wanted to run and look away and distract herself. Yeah, usually that is what toxicity can do to a people, especially if it is toxicity within the family or maybe a mother or a father was abusive on there, or the whole environment that the person grew up could have been abusive for. Um, but in empathic and but I am empathic and understanding. Very good, detective. Very good. You should be and forgive her. Yes, you need to forgive them because they didn't know what they were doing. For that's how important that naked talk is. Exactly. We talk about this importance of this naked talk. Oh gosh, we talk about it, and we talk about it, how much damage was done if that naked talk wasn't. And if you say something into the naked talk and it wasn't truth, God bless your soul later on. You're dealing with divine energies. Because during the naked talk, the divine is their presence in there within twin flame connections. You need to understand the divine doesn't interesting of your human base experiences. When you have a soul to soul talk, divine is present there, not the lower energies. The divine is the witness. And that's what a lot of the people later on they find themselves in a very tough situations within the divine about it. In the book I shared, they recommend taking a break from sex. Very good. That's the way it should have been. Yes, taking a break from it to learn intimacy, not sex. Maura, today I was telling someone in a Zoom call, and she basically said, "Do you want me to heal you?" And I was just mentioning it. And before I got to the shower, I thought I had a conscious choice to heal. Very good. Yes, you gotta have a conscious choice to heal, Maura. Very good. From within, a conscious to let go of forever. I was hold on it. Exactly. You have to let it go. Me tomorrow, even down to the shower aspect. Detective, during the breaks, this provides safety to heal, and there is a exercise in the book to alone, to do alone and with partner to slowly build up felt self intimacy and touch. Very good. Actually, Detective, thank you for sharing this book for it. Thank you so much. Appreciate in the name of the community towards this. I will check it out myself. This book as a document in there. I really admire that. That's what this chat is about. collectively to help the collective consciousness out there. And I really want to say I appreciate it and thank you. It's a picture of the PDF page. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find a PDF copy. It is called The Sexual Healing Journey, and it's by Wendy Maltz. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Well, if you guys have some any questions right now, it's to ask about it. And if you have some any idea about healing, what we are going to talk about tomorrow, let me know so we can know what we are going to be healing as a topic tomorrow. Being honest, it allows TF to be able exactly, Ancina said, exactly the honesty. Because if your twin flame knows from your honesty that you said everything, guess what? They know what happened. But if you don't tell them, and when you get in life and you go together and find that something's not working right in there, something has been hidden, and it's something huge, they're going to question the trust between you two. They're going to be question the trust. You break the trust within them, oh God, you have to work your tail off. Especially if you're a runner, it's the chances are very slim you to regain trust. Very slim. So, all right, guys. Well, think about what kind of topic you guys want to talk about healing tomorrow. Is anyone has idea? Can we experience a healing, intimate situation without person who is our divine partner, or we have soul level connection with just a person who wants us to help us? Paulina, first of all, the healing it has to come in on a personal level before you actually with someone. What I mean by that is you have to heal and ready from within you. If you need to have a partner, okay, as someone, uh, if that is your divine partner, you have to allow everything in there. For does it has to be a soul connection for it? Not necessarily, because of when the damage was done, maybe that's not a soul connection in there. You're gonna need some soul level connections. It's gonna be better for it. If you had a soul connections and you were abused, that definitely you're gonna need it. But that could be also only a person that you can talk to straighten out the things from within. You don't have to have these situations. The only thing it is to recognize what the situation was, what the abuse was, and to have a similar, I'm not saying abuse situations, but a similar situations, but these situations to be turned into joy. So you're not really needed, but mostly it is a mental process that the mental process within the mind will choose what it needs to be done. It's got to be acquired from you to open up to someone for it. But you have to heal it first from within. The best thing that I want to tell you is to have and learn the self love. That is the mirror challenge. If you haven't seen this mirror challenge video of mine, it's talking about that healing there. it is talking about this situation, Paulina. For you can go back into the channel and in the search button, you can go ahead and click on it and just to type mirror challenge, and you are going to watch that video. That video actually helped a lot of people who has been wounded, specifically in these situations. Um, um, how to work back from being suicidal and then actually wanting to live in this world and care for yourself rather than just giving up. Detective, is that is a idea for healing of topic about healing from suicidal thoughts? If that's what you are, yes, replacing what was accepted in a 549 because it's okay sexual, how to work, which is to addictions, compulsions. Thank you, Dio, for addressing the topic. That's what I was wondering, how to know I'm ready not to damage and myself more. I'm ready to wait until now deeply is that person right up to open up. It's not about Paulina. Here's what a lot of the people think. They're waiting for outside source to comes in and heals them. While it's the inside source and work to heal you. Once you heal you, the right person who comes in. It's like a test, like situations and so on. Are you healed? That is gonna come into you one way or another. For, but it's about you to open up. You to open up. It's not to wait for the right person. You to open up. You to make things to open up from within you. To see the things from within yourself. Numbing the pain doesn't heal it. Yes, a lot of the people they put bandages and sticking it for it, and so on and so on, and no, it doesn't heal it. Sometimes people replace one person with another, and they think that the person is going to heal. No, it's not. Within the twin flames, that is a one of the runners is trying to get into a new relationships, and they cannot replace you, and they're like, what the heck, I can't even have relationships or so on and so on. The first 2 3 times they may be angry, on the third or the fourth time they're kind of like, I have to go back, and so on. Depends if there is so bad damage in situations, but that's why the most of the twin flames they don't get together. uh, Hooks at all chat. Hugs back, Andrea. Replace the trauma, okay. Detective Apocalypse. Yes. Okay, so let me. Can you formulate it like in a simple sentence, detective? Maybe like a healing from suicide thoughts. I already did a video on the suicides, by the way, a long time ago. The suicide is not an answer for it. Um, but if you can formulate it like in one sentence, that questions, that would be good. Healing clock of desire to live. Okay, I'm going to put it here. Pope, Pope Scalius. Popscalius. Am I pronouncing that right? Twin flame healers talk about a few times that advanced souls may even feel this way in the womb, like they don't want to be here. Yes, but I'm George. Okay, George. All right. Hmm. Just a different accounts. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for subscribing from the different accounts. I appreciate it. By the way, there is some few people who said that they cannot watch the videos or they cannot get a notifications from it. Just guys, check that out. If you are subscribed and then there is a notifications, there is a I need notifications, but hit all. Okay, just hit all and you're gonna get all the notifications from the channel. You're gonna see, be able to be in the live chat. Augustin Rodriguez. Hey Dio, nice to see you again, and a hug from Chile. Thank you, Augustin. How are you? And mucho gusto. Estoy aquí. Muchas gracias. And glad to see you here. Andrea Adcock. Is that Puerto Rico, Andrea? I think that's the Puerto Rico's flag, yes? Or I'm mistaken. No, it's Chilean flag. All right. Okay. Well, looks like the Puerto Rican to me, so I don't know. So, yeah. I was talking to people from Chile. So, that was a Blue Swan 333. I haven't seen them lately. They are from Chile. And planning to see if I can have a trip to Spain and see what's going to happen. Something tells me that very soon I'm going to be traveling to Spain, and we'll see. Here I am navigating new adventures in the universe. Exactly. You got to go and get within the universe because the universe knows what to do. A lot of people don't listen to the universe. They listen mom, dad, friends, people who doesn't know nothing about twin flames, but they don't listen to the universe from within. And yeah. Oh, Andre, you live in the U.S. Okay. So let me close this. Healing of that bad experience, that sexual trauma takes its time. But also the most important part is you to energetically send energy there. If that was a mental issue, like someone put so much shame, blame, or that was a enforced rule, so you can cover up your intimacy parts and so on and so on, and now you cannot even open up. You have to look at it with that issue as go back and reset that within time, within nature, but also sending a lot of love in there energetically from within you. You have to begin to love this part because all of a sudden when those people or these situations or wherever that might be, it comes in like a negative energies, and this negative energies was put in. Usually that is in within the first two chakras. Some of the females have some issues with their period. Some of the men they have issues with prostates and so on and so on, because they feel like they are not worthy of having properly intimacy from within, or they were restricted from within, they were forbidden from within. And when this goes in a subconscious level, now when you have a relationships, or soul relationships, and you came into this energies in there, and you cannot perform, you cannot have this, then becomes an issue. Not only in a real physical life, it becomes an energies exchange issue. Between the twin flames, there is an energies exchange that everything has to be right. That's what it's healing. That's what they know how to heal. The end of the union, it is about the energies exchange within the gravitations together within the universe, guys. Because that's what this is. Basically, I want to draw you what the union energetically looks like. Okay. This is the one person. This is the other person. And when their energy fields working fine, then the energy field from the universe between them works fine as well. So the universe, the one and the other, they become together at one. And that's why it doesn't matter what traumas, what healing needs to be done. That could be a mental, physical, intimacy, energy, and so on issues. They're looking at to heal this. That's what they're pushing their buttons of the things that are healed. And as I said, in order you to heal, you have to replace that experience with similar experience that brings you a joy. And the amount and the level of this joy has to be more than the pain. All right, guys. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the good chat. Thank you for the very good questions and the very good discussions, guys. And thank you for supporting me. Thank you for the super chat. And we're going to come back here tomorrow. We're going to talk about the healing lack of desire to live. That is from George. So, guys, let's share the love and the light here. Thank you so much for being here today. And we are going to come back tomorrow. We'll talk about this. Andrea, thank you. Thank you so much. And be loved. Good luck, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.